are live.
All right, let's do this. Hey y'all, welcome to the Clock Tower. Welcome to the first ever Office Hours, a live unscheduled Weiss Schwarz show about nothing in particular. I'm Colton, here with Brandon.
Yep, I'm here. Oh, I'm also super loud and echoey. And now I'm not.
So, the reason that we've called this together today is no reason. We felt like doing it, and that's about it. There's nothing going on. We're not doing anything that particularly interesting. I was planning on spending at least some of today updating some of my Weiss decks, like my actual personal collection. And I thought that would make sense to do on stream. So that was kind of the genesis. And then I reached out to Brandon, asked if he wanted to stream tonight, and he said sure. So here we are. No idea what we're going to do tonight. Probably going to end up playing some cards.
Bombs.
But
when your character becomes reversed,
Brandon, how about
your
you?
opponent's character with you.
Yeah,
We have several different types of bombs.
Testing,
We have level bombs,
getting
bottom
some
deck
of
bombs,
the
cost 0 bombs, anti-change bombs, stock
New
bombs,
Day
clock
Life
bombs,
2 stuff together.
level bombs. Characters
out
equal to
some
or lower than that
proxies
level
for that
get
that
reversed
goes
and
together
taken off
well.
field with you. Stock, bottom
Okay,
deck, and
go
clock
through your
bombs.
deck
You're
stuff
kicking
and
your
then
opponent's character out of
probably
field
doing
into
some
another zone,
gameplay.
whether it's bottom deck, stock, or clock.
Alright, so the stream says
Stock and
it's
clock,
still
you
waiting
replace
for
cards in
the
those
Clock
zones.
Tower.
So if they're empty, the
Hi,
effect
Braden.
fails.
So
We also have anti-change bombs. So if a card's level is higher
Okay.
than your opponent's level, whether it's an
am
early
I
play
just
change
like
effect
super?
or brought
Am
in
I
through
just like
standby,
super far
you
behind?
move them.
Is this?
Cost 0 bombs.
Just-
Force your opponent to pay a premium versus spamming cheap bodies to field. Why use bombs?
Try
They're able to
cruising
keep
out
your
of that
opponent's
one.
resources in check. They aren't able to spam big bodies effectively
different one.
and force them to use more cards to replace them. You deny the advantage they have by removing
Hey,
them
there
from
we go.
play. This allows you to
Perfect.
bring your late game characters onto
Whatever,
field with
Braden.
little resistance and take advantage of the lesser resources your
So yeah,
opponent has.
no, we're not doing anything super ridiculous tonight. Just hanging out. Updating decks because we can. At least that's what I'm doing. I'm not entirely sure what Brandon's doing. Something Dal 2.
Something Dal 2 is probably like the echo of like the next month and a half, 2 months.
You're not wrong. I hold it down for a sec. I have to get something to wrap my splint so I can actually shuffle.
Fine. I'll let you go do your split stuff.
Yeah, don't break your finger.
I mean,
It's
that's
very bad.
that's like rule number 1.
Yeah, it's super annoying. But we're gonna tape over the splint so I can shuffle, and then we'll be good to go.
Okay. I'm just finished proxying this deck from the last card. I'm just gonna do that while you're doing that.
All right, perfect. So,
Probably. Just cut this out.
out of all of the decks that I own, the one that probably most desperately needed an update was Log Horizon. I haven't really touched it in probably a year. So, I went through this morning and I made some changes. I'm pretty sure that the list I had was exactly the same list as we did on the channel. I don't think I had changed it at all, actually. So, obviously Log Horizon's bad. Like, don't play this. But yeah, Brandon, and obviously chat, because like we wouldn't have, we wouldn't be doing this like on a stream if we weren't
Bombs.
like expecting you to have
When your
some
character becomes
input.
reversed, you take out your opponent's character with you. We have several
This
different types
is
of bombs.
what
We have
I'm
level bombs,
starting to
bottom
settle
deck
on
bombs,
once I
cost
actually
0
finish
bombs, anti-change
spreading
bombs,
this out.
stock bombs, clock bombs,
Um,
level bombs. Characters equal to or lower
For those of
than
you that don't know,
level
Log
get reversed
Horizon,
and taken
aside
off
from being
field
bad,
with
it
you.
has like
Stock, bottom deck, and clock bombs.
one
You're kicking your opponent's character
like
out
really
of
good
field
card.
into
It's
another
kind of your
zone,
payoff
whether
card. It's this
bottom
guy.
deck, stock, or clock. Stock
Um,
and clock, you replace cards in those zones. So if
gives
they're empty,
plus
the effect
3,000
fails.
power to
We also have anti-change
the
bombs.
level 3s
So
in
if a
front
card's
of it.
level is
It's
higher
about
than your
1,000
opponent's
power
level,
level
whether
assist.
it's
I'm
an early
trying to
play
spin
change
this
effect
around
or
and
brought in through standby,
see if I
you
can't
move
get
them.
the light
Cost
to
0
be
bombs,
slightly better.
force your opponent to pay a premium
Maybe
versus
that worked.
spam
Maybe
cheap
that made it
bodies to
worse. We'll
field.
find out.
Why use bombs? They're able to keep your opponent's resources in check.
But that's really
They're
your
able
payoff
to spam
card.
big bodies effectively and
It's
force
one
them
of like
to use
3
more
good
cards
profiles
to
in the
replace
set.
them.
Everything
You
else is
deny
pretty
the advantage
bad.
they have by removing them from play. This allows you to bring
But
your
it's
late-game
good
characters to the
enough
field
that you
with
can
little
actually
resistance,
build around
taking
it.
advantage of the lesser resources your opponent has.
Like you can build a Walker Horizon deck that technically functions, and that's what this is. So I had 4 copies of this level 0 oversize. It sits at 2/5, but during your opponent's turn, it sits at 4/5 if your opponent has 3 or fewer characters. So really good on turn 1. Like slamming this down on turn 1 almost pluses almost every time, unless they have a stock kick or something. So this is actually like a good profile. This is a 2/5 anti-runner. But I decided to actually pull 2 of these oversizes to add an anti-runner and also to create a slot at later levels for reasons we'll get to in a second. I was also running 2 copies of the Marielle combo bonder. It bonds to the 2/1. And I was finding that I didn't need it very often. Like it's a pay 1 bond. It's just straight up Apple bond to the 2/1 combo. 2/1 on attack, pay 1, salvage 2. So it's not good because it comes down like way too late, but it is, essentially a pay 1 plus 2, which doesn't feel bad. It's on a stock soul, which isn't fantastic, but it does recur its cost. So like it is a true pay 1 plus 2 kind of situation. But yeah, I was finding I didn't need more copies of the Bonder, so I dropped it down to 1. I was playing 4 copies of the Embarrassed Akatsuki, which sits at 6 if you have 3 or more characters, which is 3 or more others. So like if you have a full board, it's 6, 7 on defense if you have the Brainstormer. If the Akatsuki's in the middle. So like it's decent, but it's not as great of a profile. Again, like it's slim pickings here, right? Like a vanilla 6K is just, it's not bad. But I was running 4 of that. I went down to 3, and I was also running 3 of this, the Saver. Essentially, it's like the Kanan from Sunshine. You can rest 2 to top check, which is potentially useful, but more importantly, it's there just to save stuff. And in a set where you don't always have playables in hand, that can be potentially useful, especially in the early/mid game. So that's all the stuff I took out. I took out, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I took out 4 cards and I replaced them with, like I said, I added 1 more of the anti-runner. It's a 2/5 that just runs in front of something else, which is going to plus more often than it doesn't. It can also set off bombs and hopefully get rid of your opponent's annoying things that they're trying to keep alive. I added 2 copies of the level 1 bomb. I wasn't super sold on this back a while ago when I first put this together.
Hey, Braden.
But
Welcome.
Braden just jumps in.
How's it going?
How's it going, Braden? Braden's always welcome to hang out with us. So now Braden's with us.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's upside down.
There we go.
You are upside down.
I am upside down. Is that bad?
I mean,
I
I can
don't know.
fix
Can
that.
I flip myself around? I don't actually know if that's possible.
I can do it. No, it's fine. I just.
All right, I'll let you do it.
There we go.
But yeah, so those are the 4 cards I pulled. I added this. I added 2 copies of the bomb. What else did I pull? I must have pulled something else because I added 5. What else did I pull? Pull a copy of something.
I'm so used to seeing your cards upside down that it didn't even phase me.
Yeah. Because I added 2 copies of the bomb, and I also added 2 copies of the Enchantress Support 2/1 event. I think one of the things that, if you're going to play a bad set, there are 2 approaches you can take. You can either play to lose gracefully, or you can play to get your blowout play and win the game. Like, you're only going to get that 20-30% of the time, but if you get it, you just streamed our Discord chat.
You're good. It's quick.
Yep. Hello.
Hello.
Yep. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
There you go. Just you up a little bit. You say something else, Braden, just to make sure you're good for volume wise.
Test. You good?
Yeah, you're better now.
All right. It's probably my internet cutting out.
No, you're good. I was getting you a little bit louder.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, when you're, I would argue that sure. You
I think it's
have
more
the least
fun.
amount of support with Log Horizon as opposed to like anything else. So,
I think Log Horizon has the fewest cards out of anything that isn't the Milky Holmes demo deck in English. Like, it literally only has like 60 profiles to choose from. I really can't think of what. Oh, I'm an idiot. There were 2 copies of that. That's right. That's why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where the 5th one came from. Yeah. But no. So anyway, so the point is, sorry, I was so distracted by the fact I couldn't find that 5th card. The point is, I say all that to say that I am running 2 copies of Enchantress support now. Choose one of your opponent's level 3 or lower characters. That character cannot stand during your opponent's next stand phase. Choose one of your characters. It gets 2,000 power. Like, there are so many things that are, coming down early. So many combos that come down early now. And, like, if you're playing into Rushia, for example, this just says Rushia doesn't get to stand up next turn, which is actually really useful. So, not so much with Rushia specifically, I guess, because Rushia's thing doesn't really, it's not as attack dependent. But any standby target, you can just say it doesn't get to swing next turn, which is kind of cool.
it's helpful.
And it's for 1 stock, so it's not like it's not a particularly expensive effect. But it pairs neatly with this, because if your opponent has, a level 3 game that has a combo that has auto damage, because what this does is it denies auto damage. You shut it off with this, and then if they try to give you something else, like if they've put down a Musashi or an Icy Tail or something, that's when you can play the event and go, actually, no, that doesn't get to stand up. You don't get to do any extra damage. Because the point of this is to stay alive for an extra turn. Like so many older decks, the point is literally just stay alive for 1 more turn, don't die, and give yourself another chance to swing with, this is just a on reverse burn one.
But it heals on play.
What's that?
Does that heal on play?
Yes, it does heal on play.
Yeah, that's why it's good.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Like, I mean, it's not bad. What I'm saying is, like, it doesn't push damage. Like, you're not there isn't a blowout, swing big, kill your opponent turn with Log Horizon. It's more of just stay alive for an extra turn and hope that you can kill them with your vanillas plus maybe a burn or 2. And this does tend to stay alive because it goes up to 17 on defense with the combo. So it has pretty good staying power. But yeah. So those are the changes I've made to Log Horizon. Thinned a couple margins. Added a couple of spicy attacks. Like the 1-0, it's a level bomb, so it deals with 1/1 standby targets, just removes them from board, which is, pretty good. Or at the very least, it forces your opponent to pay out that the hand on pour on some of their 1/1s. Which doesn't sound like much of a win, but you got to remember what we're talking about here. This is Log. It's pretty bad. But
No worries.
Mm-hmm.
so anyway, so why did I say all of that? Well, I was working on that this morning and kind of realized while working on it that, hey, it makes more sense to do this kind of thing actually on stream. Like to look at a deck and to break it apart and to fix it, especially if you haven't touched it in a while. If you just do that on stream, that makes more sense. So this is like, I think this is an opportunity to go through some stuff that's been built, maybe some stuff we profiled before, and talk about like what is and isn't working. Maybe get input from chat as we like do the job of fixing a deck that is, kind of okay, but could potentially be better.
No, fair.
Mhm.
Um,
At some point, I think a deck becomes so outdated, you don't try and build against stuff. You just find the best option and you run it.
Yeah.
You just live with your deck's bad.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. Like, I mean, if you're taking Log Horizon to anything other than casual locals night, then then what are you doing, kind of thing.
I mean, I still think there's something to be said for teching out, depending on what your meta is currently going through.
Sure.
But yeah, no, for the most part, I agree with that. Just you have a general build of what your deck does, and kind of going for it.
So that being said, the next thing I kind of want to break apart and have a look at is something I actually got a top at Springfest.
I mean, sure.
Heck yeah.
Hey, Darcy. Congratulations on getting top 4.
Yeah, well done, Darcy. Good job. A lot of stuff going on this weekend. This is the last weekend for regionals, right? There wasn't anything else after this?
Yep, this is the last one.
In a little bit, we're going to have the Anime Expo, and the Anime Expo panel is going to be going on. What time is that going on? Do you remember? I don't remember.
It's anytime now, something like that. It's like, I think it's supposed to be in about 10 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, so we'll probably get some updates from some people.
While you're doing that, I'll just see if I can quickly...
Yeah, I've done all the talking so far. What are you working on over there, Brandon?
See if I can do this somewhat quickly. Jump over the screen. Cool. That's actually right. So over here, got a couple of the proxies for some of the new Data Live 2 stuff. Been really looking at 8 choice, trying to put that together. Have a couple of them thrown in the deck with a lot of the older stuff, recognizing that we still have like a good 90 something cards that haven't been revealed yet, or at least 80. So we still have quite a bit to go, but based off of this, a lot of support that we already have between Data Bullet and the original set, just trying to see what those pieces look like together. So with that, I have the new choice top end that I'm throwing in with it. Just because I think it has some... It's different enough that I think it's going to have some interesting interactions with that. The new early play, and then the card that's already been errated once, for the origami to kind of throw that in and see how that goes. I think that's really interesting with choice specifically.
Oh, the level 03 soul origami?
Yeah.
You already got errated? What happened?
It's just fixing it to make sure that it's people understand how to play it.
The wording's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
That card's going to be sick in a standard.
Right.
You can play that with the Haruhi card that sends it to memory every turn.
Oh no! Oh no! You're right. Oh no! There are so many reasons why no one plays standard. Darcy, to answer your question, my finger's actually doing quite well. I'm like almost 100%. I just can't bend it all the way, so like I keep it in the splint to keep myself from accidentally hurting myself. But I appreciate the question.
This deck does not have enough blue, but it's gonna be fine. I'll make it fine. To make that really work well. But as I'm like thinking over in my head as putting this together, not enough blue yet for that, but having that additional soul trigger I think is going to be interesting with choice. Because that's one of the things I found that was more difficult with choice was getting the number of soul triggers higher up, because a lot of the cards you want don't have them. Like
that makes sense. Yeah.
The Kome.
Yeah, because that level 1 package is honestly just
4/8 choice. What I'm really waiting for them to reveal, it'll be like a base rare, I'm assuming, but is a twin driver, a costless twin driver. That would really help that deck out. Preferably one that I don't need like 2 different conditions for.
You know.
Because I've been playing a lot of 8 choice stuff recently, both Fujini, or not Fujini. I've been playing Data Live, I've been playing Hololive, and I've been playing Quince 8 choice on all of those. And it's like having twin drivers, like upwards of 8 twin drivers, feels so good.
Yeah. No, that makes a ton of sense.
All right,
I'm gonna choice. Like,
I'm gonna mute myself a second while I figure out, see if I can get my camera set up.
Sure.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, we'll probably get some games in at some point tonight. Yeah, because we're just kind of here.
I flipped back to your.
Oh, okay.
Screen,
Hello.
just so you know.
Sure.
Since you had your
so
deck
yeah,
all
this
the way
is.
up.
What's that?
Since you had your deck all the way.
Yeah.
Now.
No, that makes sense. So this is Persona 5. We haven't actually done this one on the channel, I don't think. I think this might be one of the few decks I own that we haven't actually done. Mostly just because the list has like not really changed in several years. Like it's still just kind of what it is. Honestly, I'm not sure. This is the deck that I'm like pretty sure doesn't really need adaptation at this point. But maybe it does. Maybe there's something I'm missing. But obviously, like the guy that makes it work is the 3/2 Joker. Basically, when your opponent's board is either empty or completely reversed, you pay 3 and you burn 3 times. But you shuffle the burn back into your deck. So it's, pay 3 for 3 free burns. And as a result, you're playing a pretty low 0 count. Like I think this is 14. This is 12 zeros in it. Because you just hate to see those whiffs. You always whiff anyway because it's Joker. You just whiff no matter what you do. There's nothing that you can really do about it. But in theory, you want to remove as many of those whiffs as you can. So, and one of the ways that we get that empty board is Joker himself gets pretty big. He's 11 on his own. If you have a full board, this is a 3K on turn assist. So Joker gets to swing at 14.5 if you have the on. So 14.5 is pretty sizable, but the thing that really makes it work is the Ryuji combo, because Joker is actually combo-less. The Ryuji combos with the Stock Soul. The Ryuji on play, or on climax play, you can ditch a card and bounce a thing to your opponent's hand. And you bounce it to hand, not waiting room, which is good because it means they can't just immediately encore it back onto field. So you can get rid of your opponent's biggest thing You can also get rid of things that grant your opponent hexproof. If you have 2 of these Ryujis down and a Joker, that's probably like the ideal board. In most cases. And the ideal board is to have 2 Jokers and a Ryuji and just be over in 2 of the other lanes. But Joker also, the combo, in addition to bouncing the thing, also grants something cancel burn 1 and 1,000 power. So you can give that to the Joker, push Joker to 15. Ryuji himself is going to sit at 13 with this behind him. So usually what usually I find ends up happening is you have this guy, you have this guy, and you have your 2-1 back row. And the other thing that you end up playing is this 1-0 from the trial deck. On attack, give something X times 5. So you'll bounce the thing that's across. You'll swing with this into the open lane and give 2k to either this or this, pushing one of these to like 14 or 16 or some other incredibly high number so that you can get over your opponent's stuff. It's not hard to clear your opponent's board with Persona. Like the bounce combo still lets Persona do that even in 2022, which is pretty nice. There's not a whole lot that denies that. So unless you're playing into something that just has a bunch of just gigantic things on board, you're not gonna struggle too much to actually get your Joker condition. So and then the rest of the deck is just, like I said, there aren't very many zeros. The Bonder into the level 1 top check 4 event. It's similar to the thing that just came out in Camelot. So if you're unfamiliar with this on play ditch 1, go get this event. The event is free. Top check 4, add 1. You can choose one of your opponent's cost 0 characters in center stage, return it to their hand. And your opponent also puts a card from their hand face down in their memory, and they draw a card. So that, I would argue, is actually probably more beneficial for your opponent than anything else, but having that in memory helps the on, which usually goes in your back row early in the game, to go off, because when you do damage into an open lane, you pay 1 in salvage. So the fixing in this is fine. There isn't a level 1 combo, there's a level 2 combo. On attack, on reverse, he's a 7. He comes down as an early play if you have a full board. On reverse, top check, add a character, and then draw, and then search for a level 1 or lower character, So it is a +2 on a pay 1. It's on a wind, which is, it's not a terrible trigger now just because of how big standby stuff is. Like, it never hurts to wind things away. You have a ton of early plays in the meta right now, and these big bodies that if you can't deal with them, winding them away never feels bad. So a wind trigger is like probably better now than it was even a couple years ago. As much as it's not a plussing trigger per se, and like there are definitely a lot of games where you're just not going to care that you triggered wind. There are some games where it's really useful. And then the rest of this, like these 2 guys, this is your level 1 engine really right here. Because one of the things that Persona is actually pretty good at is winning board on offense. Because these 2 guys, when one of them comes down, you slide the under as a marker. And there's a lot more rules text involved, but essentially on your turn, you can flip these over at any time. And based on what color they're facing, one or the other gets an additional 3k. So they'll be at 7/5 with the on, because the even gives global 5. So if you drop a CX, it pushes it to 8. Well, if you drop the wind anyway, it pushes it to 8, 8/5. So your power lines are not terrible in this. The backup is also real nice because it's a free 2k backup, but the Brainstormer gives an additional 500 to something when you use its act ability. So, multiple times I've been playing into a board that's full of 7/5s, they're 8Ks on attack, and I'll play this down, give something, one of these guys 2, and then give the other one, the other 5 from the Brainstorm off the act ability, or the ability that triggers when you use an act ability. So suddenly my board is, 10 and 8 that, my opponent has, they either have to crash their 7/5s or they side. And so you can win board on defense with Persona. You usually, your front row will usually, after you combo, sit at 7/5 on defense. which feels pretty defendable with the backup in hand. Because there is a lot that just swings for 7 or 7-5 right now on attack. So if you do win some board at level 1, that really helps to kind of carry you through the rest of the way, especially because now you have open lanes to use On's +1 or On's pay 1+ ability. So like I like this. It's solid. I don't think there are really any major adjustments that need to be made. But that's kind of why I'm opening up the floor. Why I explained kind of how it works is I'm wondering if there's something that I'm not seeing, or maybe there's another option that I should be running in this to make it a little bit better. Because I haven't touched this list in probably over a year.
Darcy's suggestion with the green 0 to give something clock kick.
Yeah, it's the Makoto, I think. I think it's the Makoto. I think I have it here. Yeah.
Just because there's going to be some pretty decent hand-on core stuff.
Yeah, like, how many free runners are you running?
What's that?
How many runner do you have?
2.
2 runner, 3 brainstorm, and then 3 of the event bonder.
4 of the event bonder. Actually, gonna adjust that so that you can see it a little better.
4 of the event bonder.
Yep, 4 of the event bonder.
And
no,
then
I think this makes a lot of sense. This is a good card. Especially right now, as you say. The only challenge is that, like, the big stuff with hand-on core is stuff that this isn't going to get over really very much. Because, like...
it gets small. Some of it gets small in defense. Just because it has a hand-on core.
That's true. That's true. Like the Ghislaine from MTI. And also the IMA from Hololive 2 that gets pretty small on defense. It's what, 8-5?
IMA is like 6k by herself.
But that's right. She's 6. That's right. That's right. No, that makes a lot of sense. No, that makes a lot of sense. I could see that. Putting this in as a tech piece. Like, I think you have enough selectivity that you can do that. That makes a lot of sense. Trying to think because this would probably be... This is probably a one-of, honestly. It's probably just a one-of that you fix for... Because you have salvage access, you have search access for level 1s or lower. So like, it's not like you would have a hard time getting to your 1 copy. You know, I think this makes a lot of sense.
Oh, that's right. You actually do have a decent amount of those cards.
Yeah, no, I was lucky because the person I bought it from had some other stuff in addition to like the deck. They didn't just have the deck; they also had a bunch of extras that they sold alongside it. So like I have like the Morgana level 1 combo, the Morgana early play, things like that. So I have most of the red engine other than like the Panther top end, which is frankly just not a very good top end. So this is the only really good top end in Persona, unless you want to go like full Futaba defense and, you know, just ditch pants to deny your opponent damage.
I mean, I've played against that and I've lost to it before.
Yeah,
so.
it's not bad. It's not bad. It's definitely different, but it's not bad.
Yeah, 12 zeros is just insane. Yeah, I recognize that.
No, but like, yeah, it's. I got really tired of whiffing, so I trimmed it down as much as I possibly could. Going up to 13 probably wouldn't be horrible. Just trying to think of like what I would trim. The challenge, honestly, is this like very oversized level 1 package. Like there are 14 ones in this, including 3 4-ofs. Like that's just a lot.
mean, that's sort of the downside of the that event package over like a regular Amagi or
Yeah,
not Amagi, Oz.
yeah. No,
So, is that
I know.
it's 8 deck slots in your deck versus like Sunshine's version, which also runs a very similar grade lineup of having just the one card at level 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really found anything that works as well at 1 as the Jokers that flip over. Like those still seem to be
That's always
like,
been the problem with with the set, even when it first came out.
yeah.
Your best options, some board compression, but it's a 7K.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the other option is like, and this is obviously, this is honestly super tempting in this moment now. Just because like you hate to try to get reverses, is the Morgana level 1 combo, which is I believe on salvage. Like 90% sure that it's on salvage. It is. Like salvage is immediately a better trigger than wind. So like you could lean into red at level 1, which honestly that's fine. Like you would switch out you'd keep the calling card engine, but you'd switch out this stuff probably. And obviously this would be gone as well, and suddenly you have 7 slots to play with. Like there's the on that goes up to 7 on attack, which is decent. But like I don't think there's a ton of other stuff at 1 in red. But you would probably just you'd probably beef up your later stuff. You might run a couple of those Morgana early play healers. Just because you are in red at that point. What do you think of the level 1 rating, the Morgana level 1?
Just on reverse salvage.
It's on attack, reveal top card of your deck, put it into your hand. If it's not a thief character, choose a card in your hand and ditch.
So just top check ad. What's your?
It's top check ad unless it's an event or a CX. So like it hits 75% of the time, but it whiffs on calling card.
Yeah, what's the trigger on it?
Salvage.
Salvage? That's fine. I used to run that on pants in like No Game No Life, and that like it got you there.
Yeah, this on pants would actually be really nice. Anything on pants in the set would be really nice.
It's like top check ad just gets you there sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it is on attack, and it also like it swings in at 7, but it doesn't keep any board on defense. Whereas this like can actually keep your board.
Mm-hmm. When you're playing something like that, though, you're not planning on keeping board.
Mm-hmm.
It's especially if you're in salvage and ed, it's like you're sitting there trying to just recur like that. You're trying to resolve 2 of that combo like every single turn. Because you saw how it played with the Sunshine.
Yeah.
Or with the 2 soul.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think the thing that's tough about it is like there's no climax swap in this set. You have to draw into both of your CXs for both of your combo turns. And that's already kind of like, in my experience anyway, it's kind of been a tall ask.
Yeah,
because there isn't a whole lot of draw here.
Not until you're
What's that?
top end, which is like checks.
Right, exactly. So like this draws 1. But everything else only pluses characters.
Yep. Welcome to old school Weiss.
Yeah, exactly, right? There's no swapper. And that's the temptation to run pants at the top as well, right? Like, I mean,
Mhm.
that's it's a whole lot easier to recur when you're able to actually just run pants. So it makes that combo actually kind of work. But yeah, no, like your Ryuji, you're digging 3, hoping to catch it. Sometimes there are definitely games where it's like, okay, well, I know it's in there somewhere, and they're the bottom 2 cards of the deck, so you don't get to them. But yeah, no, I think I still like the yellow package. It's just really bulky.
Which sounds right. Yeah, it was like that's what it is. It is bulky. There just is a lot of 0 slots, or like level 1, like auxiliary level 1s to run in the deck. Especially since your combo is at level 2. The only run around that is to run just like 4 Shimikai for the level 2 combo, and then just load up on 0s and pray really hard that Joker doesn't whiff if you run that.
Yeah. There is this guy who
that old promo.
Yeah, like I've seen a lot of people run this. When his card is played, top check, put it on top or bottom. You can also pay 1, put this into your clock when it dies, top check 2, add 1, ditch 1. Or add 1 and then put the other in the waiting room, rather. It's not a ditch.
Yeah, it's
like
it's a Riki.
Yeah, it's the closest thing this deck has to a Riki. If this were the
it adds anything, so
it does add anything. That's true. It does add anything. If it were the Aqua where it checked for characters and added those, like I think it'd be a little more interesting. What's that?
I run that at 4 in 2 Love Rue.
I mean, fair. But yeah, no, this is like the big brain play with this is like what people try to do is they'll play it and they'll stuff a 3 on the bottom and then they'll try to use calling cards in the brainstorms to like mill all the way down, and then what's on the bottom so you can Joker burn for 3 times. Like that's the big brain play, and I think I pulled that off exactly once. Like, as much as the event is really nice, it's also like your only really consistent mill. So, like, you would need multiple copies of it or multiple copies of Ryuji in order to keep recurring it.
I think you can, if you really want to cut down, you don't need 4 Ryuji in a package like that. It really does help to see that many, because the event can't grab the event. You can only grab Ryuji.
Exactly. No, calling card into Ryuji never feels
you can't
terrible.
do that really unfair play of Azusa into Azusa. It's like, unless you have that many.
Right. Yeah, no, I've tried to run fewer copies of the Ryuji, but it's like, I mean, I did the same. It's the same thing in Camelot. Like we can get to Camelot a little later too, but it's the same kind of thing where, like if you don't have 4 copies of your event bonder, you just don't see it as much as you really want to. And like, unlike in Camelot, the Ryuji literally all it does is bond. Like, it doesn't do a single other thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a 2/5 body at 0, which doesn't feel bad. Like 2/5 can be useful at 0. It's the biggest one that isn't the Drop Searcher, the single copy of the Drop Searcher, which I basically just run to preserve my sanity.
Singular Drop Searcher is always a good play.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever put a deck together that didn't have at least one Drop Searcher in any set that had access to a Drop Searcher.
Oh, I have. Your combo needs to carry what you do, basically. That and your Drop Searchers don't need to have like no secondary effects. Like Fujimi is one that I run frequently that has no search.
Throwing this up to you guys. I'm gonna throw it on the screen here in a second. So from
Darcy, will we be seeing this deck at Rumble? Um, no, no, we will not be seeing this. Not from me, anyway. Will we see it from someone at Rumble? Yes, yes, we will. Someone's gonna play it. Brandon has experience playing into Persona at Rumble.
well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Wrong one.
It was really funny because before Rumble, Brandon and I did a show where we just broke down every and we had nothing better to do. We were still in the height of the pandemic at this point, so we were literally just talking about every single deck that could potentially be good or potentially be played to any extent at Rumble. And we talked about Persona 5, and I said something like, I think Persona 5 is decently well positioned. It's got it gets big, right? So it can actually win board. Its jokers will go off even against Dow. Because you can fix to have enough power to get over and to do what you want to do. And it also has win triggers, which win triggers are pretty useful. It can also beat those 1/1s on defense with the backup, like I was talking about earlier. So there were a couple of things that Persona did that into that really oppressive 8 standby Dow build actually made it not suck. So I said that on the show, not thinking much of it. And then the next week, it was Pittsburgh, right? Brandon, well, it was Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
And I think it was Carmen and Andy were arguing with each other over whether or not Persona was playable for 15 minutes because I think it was Andy who brought it up. It was so funny
Because you said something about it. Yeah.
because I had literally just I had taken 2 minutes or 3 minutes to say that Persona was decent and could do okay at Rumble, and Andy was like, yeah, it could, and Carmen was like, no, it won't.
Something.
For what it's worth, Persona had a positive record in Rumble.
Persona won more games than it lost. That is true.
But what I shared with you guys through the call that we're on right now and put on screen is a reveal from Attack on Titan during
that just happened?
The stream that's going on currently, or the whatever it is called in Anime Expo.
Sure.
It's a Ricky that can give another character power. What I think is really important about it is that it has both the new trait and the old trait on it.
Oh, darn it.
I'm personally a fan of keeping Titan down, but it's not going to happen. Don't give them good cards. They don't need it.
I thought it was worth pointing out that the core trait does make its way through, at least onto the double R here.
We were kind of going back and forth on whether or not it was going to, and then when the common dropped, the common not the common, it's okay, I guess we're not gonna see the core trait anymore, which I'm trying to think, what would having the core trait do for an AOT standby package? Would it just Armin would still be good, the Armin level 1. But I don't think it suddenly makes Aaron Mikasa playable again.
I mean,
it's not that well, it's not. So what you end up running is you run the 2/1 Armin change and you run the Mikasa change packages.
Mm-hmm.
And
real quick, sorry, but before you continue, Braden sounds like he's in a silo.
I had some echo.
Yeah, he's echoing real bad.
Let me see if I can change my. Is that a little better?
Is he coming through your audio picking up on your mic, Colton?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I don't.
He wasn't until you brought up the screenshot from Anime Expo.
I'm not sure. On this end, nothing else has changed outside of that. And that would
Test.
I think it's just Discord.
Probably just a Discord thing.
Fair enough. Anyway, you were saying, Brayden.
So for standby type end up running is you run really heavy into the armament change macro, and then you run hostage
Yeah.
to stand up. Gives you very good X-proof word control, as well as just get answered.
Well, with that, you could just bring it in really early, like insanely early.
Yeah, having 2K assist to every plus hexproof at level 1 is really strong. It's like people are already fed up with stuff. How about a level early?
Yeah, no, it really would be just that. So how impactful that would be is actually like pretty crazy. So it's
other than that, you run the Armin reason, probably still run because movement gear in a standby just basically Ocean, but
yeah,
every Ocean.
Every card being Yoshino. Insane.
Every card also decompresses your deck or compresses.
Yeah. But I just figured I would share that with the group here because
No, that makes sense.
Looks good.
It's a good card. It's a real good card.
It's in green.
So not much is really going on. They're talking right now. Apparently, I have the Discord just kind of chilled up with people that are just commenting through Discord. So I'm like, whenever somebody posts something, I'm just like, hey, throw this out there.
No, that makes sense.
Gotta flip the screen back over.
I order more Suisse early.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be good. AOT is gonna be good. We're gonna have to deal with AOT again. I mean, there's no surprise there. Like we were expecting that AOT was gonna be like.
Well, AOT is really the wild card right now, right? Like the rest of like what's coming out, with the exception of like Seven Deadly Sins, we all know, like we know what's coming out because we've seen it in JP. So like, there's not really a surprise factor. The only real wild card going into the fall season is AOT.
Yeah.
So, just with that in mind, it's kind of it's worth really just keeping track of like what's going on with that and.
Sure.
But. So yeah, no, like it has a lot of potential what it could do. It's just a matter of what it's gonna look like. Because like I also recognize like there's gonna be some characters that can have the core trait and some that won't. So whether or not they just keep it like for example locked in green, or they probably still get yellow.
Did you pull down that window from the live stream, Brandon?
I shared the screen grab that somebody else had.
Okay, I just refreshed the stream on the stream on the viewing end, and it looks like I can still see the Levi.
Well, it's probably a bit delayed.
Fair enough.
So, what it's telling me it's showing now is your screen. So
fair enough. So yeah. No, we're gonna get more AOT, which obviously, I mean, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be at least good. Like they're not gonna print a bad AOT set. I don't think an AOT like you guys have made reference to. They've still got stuff from the older sets that are still quite good. I'm struggling over what to pull for this Makoto, guys.
One of your event bonders.
Probably.
Man. Okay, hear me out.
I'm well aware of your 4 of obsession. I also
Hear
recognize
me
you only
out.
have 12 zeros, so
Hear me out. Hear me out. What color am I going to be mostly worried about at level 1 in the upcoming meta?
Yellow.
Okay, so what if I pulled one of the Jokers that fights green and red level 1s?
What else? 2 sets coming out have red. Hololive's all yellow.
Like if I went down to 3 of this,
Grand Order, red.
I'm thinking like
It's like you're not going to sit there and tell me you're going to walk. So
yeah.
what's that? Say it
You're not-
again.
I'm going to sit here and walk Quince. So Quince is blue and
Yeah, blue and red.
Yeah, this fights yellow and blue.
it's like I'd rather fight as a neutral than a red green deck.
I'm trying to think of the potential repercussions of running 4 of one of these and 3 of the other. And like the only thing that can potentially really be bad is like I can't. It'll be a lot harder to try field against a set of red 1s, but like I don't think that's that big of a deal
Well, I don't think
because like I
don't
usually
think-
have this.
Yeah, let's say you're not trying to tri-field it anyway,
Yeah,
but
let's try it because I do think like I think that Darcy's suggestion is right. Like I think that the Makoto is really really good in enough matchups that it justifies its inclusion. Because that was one of the ones that was like on the edge before. Like I remember when I was putting it together, like I considered putting one of those in. I ultimately opted for no, just because there weren't really enough matchups at the time.
well,
Um,
last time you had this out, this was before the Data Live ban, if I remember right.
yeah, this was before the Dow ban for sure. And like you were not. This wasn't doing anything against Dow. Like it was just no, you were not getting that. You weren't getting to the power thresholds you needed to kick Dow. Whereas a lot like you guys were talking about a lot of the other stuff now, it gets smaller on defense than Dow ever did. So you can actually like fight it and beat it.
Some of it, yeah.
Okay, so we'll try this. We'll try it as a 1-up. We'll see how it goes. We've gone up to 13 zeros, Brandon. I'm going to specifically whiff the next time we play next time we play playing Persona. I'm specifically going to whiff my Joker with this card.
That's how it normally works.
Yeah.
You got the spot.
Also, Makoto representation. I think which Phantom Thieves am I missing now? I think I'm only missing Yusuke.
Yeah. And you have Morgana.
I do have Morgana as the runner. Because I have
Futaba.
Joker on Ryuji, I have Futaba on the backup. Yeah, I think Yusuke is the only one I'm actually Haru. I don't have Haru. Haru, who shows up for like the last, 20 hours of a 100-hour game. All right, so Braden, what are you working on? You said red green. Red green what?
This is all. This is.
What I figured. That's what I figured.
This is the I kill my friends to make myself.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's the Pekara engine, whatever, right?
No, this is Gen 3 stuff with top end and a bar combo.
All right, refresh my memory. Which one is this?
This is a new one. This is all types of weird stuff. This is the bar salvage 2 ditch one into salvage top.
Okay, fair enough.
has,
Yeah, I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, then it has like Gen 3 stuff.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's Hololive. 50 random cards.
Honestly, I don't know if there's a set. If there was a set built for Highlander, it's Hololive.
I could probably.
That's terrifying.
I have to teach you guys Highlander popper stand.
Oh gosh. Braden literally just shows up to locals with a Neo Standard Legal Hololive Highlander. Oh gosh.
I will run.
Runs 8 different climaxes.
I think the best set at doing that would probably be Grisaya. Just have that card that lets them actually.
Well, Grisaya also has that link mechanic, right?
Yeah, the link. Which Grisaya unbanned, creating one modern JP.
All right. Well, I went through and fixed Milky Holmes earlier, so we don't have to do that on stream.
Sweet. I was scared of that one.
What's that?
I was scared of that one.
Yeah. I still can't believe that they just like gave that thing away. It's so good. Just so much Tussle. Oh, we're playing. Okay, cool. I didn't know that was happening.
I'm ready to go.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I'll Persona spent so much time on stream already. I'm gonna play that. 1, 2, 3.
The rested one.
You'll go second. Are you getting us set up so we're both on screen, Brandon? Okay, sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just gonna honestly stop looking. So I have it up. It's like a check, right? Like just to make sure that like it's working. But I'm like something's wonky because I'm like super far behind. So I'm just gonna stop looking at it. So we'll stop worrying about it.
It's going to be a little bit far behind, and that's more on my end.
Fair enough.
2.
Just because
Also drop 2.
I was
Drop.
maxing out my capacity.
Got it. Clock. Draw 2. Play a runner. Swing with the runner. 3. 3? 3. We like runners. Runners are good.
3.
Okay, I'm going to switch my dice so that my lanes match up with yours.
2.
Oh.
I'm
I'm going to
play this back, choose a character in your own.
While you're doing that, I'm going to try to adjust my light so that people can like see what my cards are and they don't look. It doesn't just look like
Oh,
a photo
fun.
negative.
So in the panel, They
Okay.
actually said the phrase that when we bring old sets over, partly is because there's new content coming.
Yeah, that's typically how they've done that before. I guess Overlord was a little bit of an exception because of how late that was. They like had to print it before the second set came out.
Can you see my cards? Okay.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
see the artwork. All right. This is the salvage Beyond Death.
Yep.
Global 5. Your runner's 1K.
Just 2.
Go to attacks.
All right.
Direct. 2.
2's good.
And then I'm 3 and
And you said you're what?
3.
Draw 2. Okay. I'm a fan of this. We'll bond away a 2 soul I don't want for a calling card that I do want. And how big is this?
3.
Okay. Well, I can't beat it, so I'm not going to. Does that do anything?
On death.
Oh, that's right. It's on the Undeath Ricky thing, right?
Yeah, this is the salvage one. 2.
That's right. That's right. You were cutting out a little bit, so like I caught some of it and not all of it. All right, so we're gonna swing here for 2.
Good.
Swing open for 2.
It's also good.
We have 3 stock. Persona has 3 stock at level 0. Things are going great. Can't wait to just get run over by a board of massive zeros.
2 of them. On play, top. Character, so I'll add. I will play the 5-card brainstorm.
Yep. Because 5-card
I'm-
brainstormers are good.
Yeah. Well, this is the actual selected. I will win
Oh, that's right. That's right.
this.
Yeah, that's like the really, really good one.
How big's Ryoji?
2/5/2.
This will be under.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
This is only 1/5.
Okay, and that's facing the Morgana, right? Just to double check?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I like to run in front of my.
I would not like to run. Hell, that's only 500 power. No, I do not want to run in front of your onion. I know my
Onion
onion.
swings 2. Salvage.
Cancel 1.
I will salvage. Alceps. Swing for 1
Mhm.
and salvage.
1's good.
Another brainstormer. 1.
1's good. I take it.
Side here for 1. 1.
1's good. Double plussing runner.
That's why you just run 4 runner.
White runners are so good. Hey.
Oh,
Well.
so apparently the panel ended.
Okay.
They didn't even announce Chainsaw Man.
Get out of here.
Bushiroad hates
It's not a real thing.
one. Absolutely no chill. Oh man, I love it. Now we have to play the song and dance of the. What? Okay. What they did though, they heard everyone going, "Oh, they're not going to give us Dragon Maid," and then they were like, "Oh, we need to give them Dragon Maid, or else they're gonna like never trust us again. So like, give us Dragon Maid, just to do it again with Chainsaw Man. They're not giving us Chainsaw Man. We're not getting it. I'm right this time. Oh man, that's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, Bushiroad just wilding out here for absolutely no reason. All right, we're gonna drop this. We're gonna level Ryuji. We're gonna grab 2. We're gonna grab something that's pretty useful. Then we are going to. How many are we out? We're out quite a bit, aren't we? We're out 2. Not as many as I thought we were. Let us. Let's calling card. So you'll go ahead and put one from your hand into your memory face down. Braden, are you there?
Yeah,
Okay.
The answer is no.
Okay. Okay. All right. So pause for technical difficulties.
There he goes.
There we go. All right, we're gonna calling card.
Oh, did I cut out for a second?
You did cut out for a second, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I have my memory now.
Oh, you okay? You did, sweet. All right, top check 4. I don't hate any of this. I'll take the brainstorm. It's actually pretty solid. How many are we? How many do we have left? 1, 2. 22 left in the deck. I think we want to speed through this a little bit. Get through the next 12 or so if we can. I think would be ideal. So we will actually, we'll just calling card again.
Mm-hmm.
Top check 4.
Brainstorm was the right answer.
Brainstorm was probably the right answer, but it's all right. We're only out 4 in here, so yeah, it's fine. This goes off when it hits the waiting room, right?
Yeah, these both go off when
Okay.
they look at the answers.
Yeah.
Too bad you only have one.
I just want to thank Darcy for helping me make a very good decision. You're on salvage level 1, right?
Salvage level.
Salvage level 3, bar level 1.
You see,
Drop that. We will brainstorm. That is honestly just fine. Because now we're almost definitely not going to refresh in deck 2, which feels pretty all right. Tap this, give this the on-reverse clock shoot, and then slam. Away we go. So let's see. Yeah, on-reverse, you heal, and that goes to clock. Okay. Swinging here at 7 for 2.
2.
2.
Good. Level first. Green.
And then on reverse, draw a card and then search for a level 1 or lower. We'll grab the protagonist that makes me stronger. You want to cut?
Nah, you're good.
Okay. All right. Swing here. 3, 4, 2.
Good.
Then swing here at 7 for 2.
It's also good.
We did
when I
trigger. That feels excellent.
Yep. Last thing, one, punch myself with a red card. That's right. We'll salvage this Ruta. Stand. Draw. We'll
So
clock myself.
currently 4 goes up to 7 if it's a red or green across from it. 7, 2. This technically runs away.
Let's see. Play this on play top check. Tear a card. I want that climax out. I will brainstorm to pick that out. Search 1. Search 1. Grab a Nushia.
Yep.
I will Ramorous out my bar combo. I will play a Ramorous for 0. Play this Rushia. I will sack this Go. Bring it back. Top check. Add it. Let's see. I do need the reverse. So there. This is fine. Let's see. Protagonist. All right. Did I lose you guys?
No, you're here.
Nope.
Oh, all right. How big is protagonist in
7, 7, 2.
this? All right, I can at least force an answer. I'll swing
Right,
here
big is
first.
everybody? How big is your board?
So this is 7-5 by itself, or just with climax.
Okay.
This is Power Pump X.
Right.
5, 5, 5, 5. It's currently 5, 6, 7. Choose the
Does this boost on attack or on play? I don't remember.
This is on its.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
So I'll here's the first 2.
How big is this right now?
The center is 5, 6.
It's 6, and you said this is 5?
So this is 6. This is 5.
6-5. Okay. Okay. How much?
This is for 2.
For 2? Cancel 1.
On reverse, salvage 2.
Yep.
Grab a finisher, I guess. Grab a, so salvage those 2. Sorry. Attack, give 2k in the middle.
Okay, and that pushes this to how much?
8 in the
8 in the middle? Okay.
2.
Cancel 1.
Fresh.
How many going back? 7?
This is 6.
6, okay.
Would you like a cut?
No, you're good. How many in
Fresh.
hand?
Cards in hand is 8 current.
Okay. All right. Yep.
And then 8k.
Yeah, I will back it up.
Bar. The end of the turn, ditch 2. Ditch the brainstorm. Ditch. This goes to Matt because it was Ramorist.
Okay. Draw. Or how many CXs? Built these on tap. How many CXs do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That looks like a brainstorm that we can hit for free. I think we'll just hit the brainstorm for free. That we knew we were going to hit it. Oh, searchability resolves first. That's right. I always do this. We'll get started with this then. Do you like a cut?
No, you're good.
I think that we just kind of chill on this. I don't think we have to really do anything else. So we're just gonna. Good to me.
Just gonna collect all the markers.
Yep. All right. Let's do this. We're gonna swing here for 1, 2 for 2.
2.
For 4.
Oh,
And then for 3.
yo, we go straight to 3.
Oh boy.
Level blue. This doesn't stand because I have 1 day.
Right. Oh, that's right. That's right.
I will not clock and draw 2.
That makes sense. You were showing me that card. The card's actually like pretty cool.
I will play this. I will top check. Nothing happens, but I can also be 1 or less damage. Stand Brainstormer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I will pay 1.
Yes. Yep. That makes sense.
I will hit 2 on my grab hotch. grab option. Play Rhea, sack this off, pop check, character. Play that there. Those are pretty. I'll just drop double combo.
Makes sense.
Let's see. So they are 6, 5, 6, 8. They are 8Ks naturally. Pump 1, 2.
Yep.
So I will swing. I'll pump the center one.
Yep.
This is for 2. And salvage.
This is 7. How big is that?
Not 7.
Okay.
Salvage.
2. Cancel on 1.
Swing really big and
Yeah, like 11 or something, yeah.
for again salvage.
As you do.
That's
good.
back counter.
Okay.
On reverse, salvage 2.
Mm-hmm.
Rushia. Global 5. Ditch. Mari. So this is going to be 7, 5, 8. 2, 2.
2's good.
Verse. I will grab stock.
Okay.
We'll grab Hachima. This top. At the end of my turn. Die. 6, 7. Ditch 3 cards. That. Global 5. Climax. You're in.
All right. We're going to draw. How big are these now?
They are 5.
5s. Okay.
Hey, I remember this position. This looks like game 1, except not Nexel.
No, I'm in a really bad state.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, you honestly just triggered a ton. I think that's kind of been the difference here. Do we clock and go to 2, or do we try to just? I think we can actually mill out. I think we can actually mill out. I think I should do that instead. Yeah. No clock. Okay. We're gonna start with the bonder. Oops. Or well, actually, before we start with the bonder, I'm gonna make sure there's actually one in here. There's not, so I'm not gonna start with the bonder.
Brainstorm is the
Yeah. It is rest 2. Bummer. Okay. We also didn't get that out. That's also annoying.
You didn't need it anyway.
Who needs deck speed?
You just need to stick 6 damage. You're fine.
he has the tap counter.
And
You don't have a way to that.
What's that?
You don't really have a good way to play around that.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I mean, yeah, let's go get this guy.
you just trigger. That's fine.
Just trigger.
Hey. The good news is the Hachima only goes up to 2-5, so it would only push that to 7-5. Well, it's fine. We're gonna swing here in the open lane first for 1, 2, 3. For 3.
Is good.
That's not triggering, Golden.
I should have let those pay attention. Oh well. I'm gonna swing here at 8 for 3.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, you're clean. Okay.
I can tap counters out. Those last 2 climaxes were 2 in deck.
Yeesh.
That's what I mean. You only need to stick 6 clean.
All right. Well, that was a game.
The deck has all the pieces in it at once, but trigger 2 climaxes.
Yeah. No. Like. Yeah. You want to jump in, Brandon?
Sure.
All right. You can play against Braden now. Hooray! Persona can beat the 8th best Hololive deck.
Eighth best.
Am I wrong? So many Hololive decks. And a lot of good Hololive decks, too. Like... No, Hololive, honestly, like... I don't know. I think Hololive is just such a good set for the game. It's diverse. It's interesting. It has a lot of different things going on. You can build any number of ways. You can build according to your playstyle. Like, I don't think there's anything that's just like irredeemably broken in the same way that Dal had. You know.
Rested.
Sure. Give 1 second.
Sweet. 2, 3, 1.
All right, I'll be right back.
2, 3, 1. All these cards are proxies, so they'll have the same weight to it. So I don't know what's going on. 1, 2, 3.
1.
Sure.
Ditch 2.
Just dropping 1.
Right.
Draw 1. Clock 1. 1 and 2. As is.
Yep.
For 3.
It's good. Draw. Clock Marine.
Question of the day. Is it better to play Maureen or Rushia?
Honestly, Unless you're like super super budget conscious, just play them both.
Play them both.
Like, I'm not even kidding. Like you can get a what can you get a playset of Hololive for 150 right now?
That's about how much I can set stuff.
Yeah, like if you can get a playset,
For Rushia stuff, you can get Gen 3 TD probably for like 2 Gen 3 TDs for 40.
yeah,
Haven't yet, and you're basically set.
yeah, you can build either for super cheap, and they're both very very relevant. So like if you're looking for something that's gonna like be good at an event, I lean Rushia over Marine, but it's very close. They're both very very close to the top, if not the top. So like you can't go wrong with either.
I lean the other way, so it makes it really interesting.
Yeah, no, it's Rushia is insane. Like just the Rushia can it just has so much plussing with its combo, and it just shreds your opponent's compression. It's so powerful.
Rushia is your opponent's bad.
I didn't hear what you said, Raiden. You cut out a little bit.
Yeah, Rushia punishes others too well. Punishes mistakes, punishes like even like not opt.
Mm-hmm.
Am I still cutting?
Yeah, you're cutting in and out. But I don't know how much. That's just I think it's just your internet more than anything else.
Probably my. Says Mike still.
Yeah, to answer your question, Aldo, they're both excellent. There's no wrong answer to that question.
When this
Also,
attacks,
welcome to Weiss. It's super fun.
plus 15 over here.
Sure.
2, 3.
Cancels.
Swing at 4.
Mhm.
2.
Sticks.
Correct. 3.
2 and 3 sticks.
Is this? It's at the end of his attack, but go ahead.
Sure.
Brandon, I don't know if you saw these.
I can't see your screen. I had to minimize it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I'll show you in a minute then. I'll show you when you're done.
Will you though?
Yes. Yes, I will.
I don't think I actually want to overplus here. Not going to do the Ricky effect here.
Sure.
Put that down in the backfield. Just kind of go. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Right? Shove that away. For 2.
Good.
I'm surprised you guys have talked about the surprise PR card at Anime Expo. What was we're talking about the... Oh, are we talking about Chainsaw Man? Or are we talking about...
Yes.
Okay.
That would be the
Yeah.
surprise one.
As we kind of alluded to before, like, I guess it means that it's confirmed for English, but they didn't grace us with such a confirmation at Anime Expo. They're gonna get us with that one day. Like, that's the thing that's, like, that's the thing that someday they're gonna release a promo that they're not gonna give us. Like they're gonna do it. Like
Yo,
I just don't.
so
What's that?
Coteries so broken.
So broken. Two.
Yeah. No, as far as like Chainsaw Man is concerned, like sure, why
Green.
not? It makes sense.
Level red.
Mm-hmm.
Splash.
Okay, Dick.
Yo, triple choice com.
Oh, well. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Draw for turn.
Mm-hmm.
Marker.
Waiting to see that climax slam back at me.
Yep. I will brainstorm first. I will search for one level 1 combo.
I mean, if you're feeling greedy, I guess you can combo.
I could double rammers for the turn, but I don't have stock. Because I just spent it clocking myself.
Right?
Combo. Kotri is, Kurumi's a 2/5.
Just two.
I will play this. I will sack this marker. Top check. Add tap count. Free. 1/1.
Yep.
On attack, pump middle. 2.
Yep.
On attack, on reverse for 2.
Yep.
On reverse, salvage 1 combo. Ramorous. Itch. Global 5. Swing for 2. 2.
Mm-hmm.
On reverse, salvage Ushio.
Mm-hmm.
A global 5. Ditch the hot top end. Past it.
I'll let it go.
Pay 3 for.
Thought about it.
Oh. You had the choice in hand, I'd probably say.
Thought about it. That's just a really big deck. Okay, deck. Let's. Pay 1. Brainstorm. Still a lot of deck, but that's what it is. Four more. Not ditching for the additional, so just I'm just gonna do the burn one.
Yeah, Jeremy, I think that Chainsaw Man makes sense.
So
I think it makes a lot of sense as a set.
yeah. So if I ditch 2, I can heal and burn. I'm just going to choose the burn for burn 1 on play.
It's Chainsaw Man's an interesting property. I think it's interesting that they're announcing something in English that has not been released yet as an anime, but is as a manga. But like the general reception seems to be really, really positive, which is good. I will say that in English, I think Bushiroad's done a good job of choosing good properties.
These are 5.
Yeah. I'm burning 1 on play.
Oh, it's on play burn.
Yep.
Level. Main phase burn. Good.
Main phase burn. Real good. If I ditch 2, I can also heal. But I can choose which one of the effects I do without ditching.
I thought it was like a normal card.
No, we can't do normal things. For 2.
On 2.
Yep. Swing here. Just tuck that away.
On 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For 3 again.
On 2.
Bounce. Stuck. I think I'm out now.
7 left in deck. Is a salvage. This doesn't stand
Sure.
addition. On play, top check, it's a character added. And then because I'm at 1 or less, I'll stand brainstorm.
Hmm?
I really don't want brainstorm. Play 5. Top check. It's not. Play this to marker. Level 1 combo. Rip a salvage trigger. I think we just rip a salvage.
I mean, it's not a terrible decision there.
We'll pump 2K or salvage the hot top end for 2.
2.
We will swing here for 1. 1.
1.
Crack.
Goes away. Stand, draw 1. What's important here? Let's. It's actually just we're gonna brainstorm first.
Sure.
7 going back.
Yep, I refreshed 7 as well.
One, two, three.
1, 2, 3.
Hmm. I'm gonna actually grab that one. Refresh point. Rearrange. Four more. Ditch 2. So I can heal 1 and then burn 1.
Burn is good. And how big? Just
On my turn, they're at 10k or 10.5. On your turn, they're 7.5s.
all right.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with this. Direct here for 2. Front here for 2. To hand. And then front there as well. Awesome.
2 is good.
That one hand.
Draw. Clock.
Mm-hmm.
2. Okay, when to brainstorm.
Sure.
Grab 1. We'll grab 1 Luna. Fubu.
Yep.
Okay. Hard to play a Luna. And on play top check. Bar. I guess that's 1K1.
Mm-hmm.
Swing with Luna first. She's 12 lethal. Bar.
Still gonna free fresh. I need climaxes actually in my deck. One, two, three.
got that. 1, 2, 3.
Level.
Put you over.
Uh,
13. Yeah, you didn't. So yeah, 13k still.
Oh yeah,
Attack.
you're bigger.
Swing for 8. Or 2.
Yep.
On reverse, salvage. Hachima. Salvage. That bar.
Mm-hmm.
Crash. 2.
Cancel.
So I'm a level 0 that cannot not side attack. Every time I get a kill, I can hit one. When you front attack, or survey.
Hey. Hmm. Okay. Heal. Powers. Double checking.
12 in the middle, 5 on the side.
Okay. Just use that anyway. Get up to 12. Direct for 3. So, when it reconnects, for 3. Now this is when I question whether it's just me. Don't think it's just me. Colton.
What's that? I'm sorry.
I was making sure it wasn't just me.
Nope.
No. Okay. Braden's glitched out then.
Fair enough. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Here you go. I'm about to use the combo. The new combo.
So, while you guys have been playing, I've been fishbowling Camelot over here. And so here's what happened. Here's what just happened.
Yeah.
I got my... Oh, Braden's like gone. Okay. Well, hopefully you can jump back in. I got my stuff. I got my saber on board, right?
Bombs.
I had a backup
When
in
your
hand.
character becomes reversed, you
Was
take
able
out
to
your opponent's
protect it,
character with
seeing
you.
There's no,
We have several different types of bombs.
bomb or
We
whatever.
have level bombs, bottom deck bombs,
Got a second
zero
copy
bombs,
out.
anti-change bombs, stock bombs, clock
Milled
bombs.
my deck all the way
Level
down
bombs.
to 1
Characters
or to
equal
2.
to or lower
just
than
to
that
2.
level get reversed and taken
Shuffle
off
back
field with
2.
you. Stock,
and hit
bottom deck,
burns
and clock
for
bombs. You're kicking
2
your
and
opponent's
3, I
character
think.
out of field into another
Well.
zone, whether it's bottom deck, stock, or clock.
Next turn,
Stock and clock,
Played-
you
had
replace
another
cards
backup,
in those
played it
zones.
down,
So if they're empty, the
defended
effect
another
fails.
copy of the saber.
We also have anti-change bombs.
Next
So the
turn,
card's level's
mill
higher
all the way
than your
down.
opponent's
Canceled.
level,
Oh,
whether it's
canceled
early
5
play, change
times off
effect,
the
or
top.
brought
I
in
took
through
5
standby,
swings for 3 just
remove
to
them.
see what would happen.
Cost
Canceled
0
all 5
bombs,
swings, so it was
force
8
your
out of
opponent to pay a
27.
premium versus spam and cheap bodies to field.
Milled all the way down
Why
to
use bombs?
1 and did it
They're
again.
able to keep your opponent's resources in check. They aren't able to spam big bodies effectively and force them
I
to
only had
use
one
more
saber on
cards to
board
replace
that time,
them.
'cause I didn't have
You deny the
I
advantage
didn't
they
have
have
the
by
stock
removing
to
them
get
from
a
play.
second one.
This allows you to bring your late game characters onto field with little resistance and take advantage of the lesser
But-
resources your opponent has.
Yeah. When Camelot goes off, it can go off. I just thought I'd share that with the class.
Fair. What's that?
So while we wait for Brandon, or for Braden rather, to return to the land of the living, what are your thoughts on what you've got in front of you right now through this so far?
Well, it needs more blue to be able to actually use the origami. I wasn't able to actually use the origami at all in this game.
Okay.
Not necessarily because of that. I also didn't have it in hand at 0.
I feel like the origami is just its own thing.
Like, it's
It's going to get its own support. It's going to be its own archetype.
sure. Like, but for like good most of the game, it's really like a dead card in game. So it's like, if I can choice it away early, which I did, I had 2 copies in there out of the 3 that I run, like in like the bottom of my stock, which was like pretty useful. If I didn't trigger 3 climaxes, in a row, it would have been a little more interesting. Oh,
He has returned.
the land of the living.
This is why I won't ever join BR.
That's fair.
All right, so first attack was good.
First attack was good? Okay. Let's jump back into that. Okay. Perfect. First attack was good. That's on attack. Swing here. Crashing in this lane. I'm only 11. Well, actually, no. I'm 11-5, but still. It's not 12. For a 3.
I will go ahead and tap.
And tap counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 3.
Yep.
Oh, it wasn't even good.
Oh.
I also had. Well, I missed my. It's still not good. I have to draw a healer.
No, that's fair. Yeah, because this has the potential for burn 1. That's the only reason why I'm like, if he's gonna play it, he's gonna play it now.
I can only attack one time. Swing direct for 4. 4.
Well, 4 stuck.
Deck out. Bar.
Oh no! Oh my gosh!
The next 3 were clean.
Oh my gosh!
Climb. Bottom. I had to ditch 2 healers.
Oh man!
Like, I still had 6 climaxes in here. But still, yeah. So yeah, while you were gone, we were just saying that so far with the new stuff, hadn't really played the origami, partly because I don't have enough blue really to get that going. But I was able to stock 2 of them, the bottom of my stock. Like, if I hadn't triggered 3 climaxes.
You also trigger.
Yeah.
Like my friend.
Right? Well, if I hadn't triggered 3 climaxes on that turn, I probably wouldn't have had to pay those out, so those would have probably been still at the bottom. Like, might have been a little bit different story in that one, but for like how those were there for usage for that. Outside of that, I actually like this early play a lot more than I thought I would.
long as you
What's its text?
Probably because I thought the discard 2 was mandatory for the effect. So it's 4 more early play. During your turn, it gets 3,000 power, so it's only at 7/5 defensively, which is not great. But it has the ability to heal or burn. But if you pay 2 cards, you can do both.
Okay.
So, which
Is it
for me
not
is
heal or is it just regular heal?
just regular heal. Right, if it was stock heal, it'd be a different story. But the ditch 2 worked well with the origami because I drew the origami into hand that turn.
Yeah.
Which at that point is basically still a dead card. So I'm able to kind of ditch that card out to get the heal and a burn 1 off of it.
my deck, I don't think I need the Rammers. I plus enough. The star. I haven't dropped my top in. Don't know how that works yet. Luna's good.
Luna is really good.
11-5.
But
Yeah, I just need to order a second set of Sweet Savers and just throw them in decks.
fair.
Oh,
I'll just switch it back to you guys.
3 people watch.
Well, those of you that have been joining us, we appreciate it. This is just like this is an impromptu like test thing, I guess. I don't know. We just did it because we wanted to. Thanks for hanging out. Is there anything else that we wanted to do on stream tonight, or do you guys want to call it?
I think we should call it here.
Okay.
So, thanks all for joining with us. We'll have stuff out on Tuesday and Thursday this week. Clock Talk and 5 Cards, 5 Minutes.
Oh boy,
So
content.
right?
Yep, we got more content, etc. No, not a clock talk this week. It's Weiss 101 this week. Right?
It is a Clock Talk, sir. We are talking about
yeah.
we are ending up with all of the
Extra.
Springfest stuff.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We're talking about the rest of Springfest and all the Anime Expo stuff and like the Dragon Maid announcement.
The Anime
So-
Expo stuff that didn't happen.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, no, we
Funny
talked about
enough,
that.
So before we leave, I did have my 2 cents because I won't be in your actual clock talk, so I can get my discussion stuff.
Do it.
Sure, go for it.
I had lunch with T.O. and we went over all the results. All 4 Bushiroad for Springfest look very similar in terms of like they all have one deck that's very dominant. They all have like trills. Then there's a big gap. Then there's like few mid tier. Then there's another big gap and a bunch of bad. It's like all 3 about the same, which doesn't usually happen. Usually one of the formats is more balanced than. It's for Weiss, because I obviously Michaud is the boogie.
Yeah.
It's like we know this, but no. Funny enough, apparently premium format is the most balanced format.
Nice.
Surprising in terms of top 8.